Fear is one of the most common and powerful emotions that all human beings experience. It can prevent us from taking action, making decisions, and pursuing our dreams. Whether it's the fear of failure, rejection, loss, or the unknown, fear has a way of holding us back from living fully and confidently. Fear is not caused by the things we fear, but by how we think about them. By changing the way we think, we can conquer our fears and live more fulfilling lives. We should focus only on what we can control and let go of what we cannot control. Fear often arises from worrying about things that are outside of our control, such as other people's opinions, the future, or events that might happen. When we try to control things we have no power over, we feel anxious and fearful. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. He believed that we should only concern ourselves with what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and accept everything else as it is. If you are afraid of losing a job, you might feel overwhelmed by fear because you are focusing on the outcome, which you cannot control. However, Stoicism teaches that instead of worrying about whether or not you will lose your job, focus on what you can control, your effort, attitude, and how you perform at work. By shifting your focus to what you can influence, you reduce fear and gain a sense of power over your situation. Fear is a product of our thoughts and judgments. We often fear things because we perceive them as bad or harmful, but the Stoics believe that it is not the events themselves that cause fear, but our judgment of those events. In other words, fear comes from how we think about a situation, not the situation itself. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This means that if we change the way we think about a situation, we can change how we feel about it. If you are afraid of public speaking, it is not the act of speaking in front of others that causes fear, but your belief that something bad will happen, such as embarrassment or judgment from others. By reframing your thoughts and realizing that even if you make a mistake, it is not the end of the world, you can reduce your fear. The Stoics would encourage you to see public speaking as an opportunity to grow and improve rather than something to be afraid of. Reframing your thoughts about fear allows you to take control of your emotions. Instead of seeing fear as something that controls you, you begin to see it as something you can manage and overcome. Another major cause of fear is uncertainty. People often fear the unknown because they feel unprepared or uncertain about what will happen next. Whether it is fear of a new job, a new relationship, or a new stage in life, the unknown can trigger anxiety and fear. However, Stoicism teaches us to embrace uncertainty and accept that we cannot know or control the future. We believed that uncertainty is a natural part of life, and resisting it only leads to more fear and frustration. Instead, they encouraged people to face uncertainty with courage and acceptance. It is not because things are difficult that we not dare, but because we do not dare, things are difficult. By accepting uncertainty as a natural part of life, we become less afraid of it. Life is full of unknowns, but by embracing this fact, we can approach new situations with a sense of curiosity and openness rather than fear. If you are afraid of starting a new job because you do not know what to expect, Stoicism encourages you to accept the uncertainty and focus on doing your best in the present moment, rather than worrying about what might happen. By learning to embrace uncertainty, you become more flexible and adaptable, and fear loses its grip on you. The importance of building inner resilience to overcome fear. Resilience is the ability to face challenges, setbacks, and difficulties without being overwhelmed. Life is full of hardships, but the Stoics believed that it is not the events themselves that make us fearful, but our ability to handle them. A technique called premeditatio malorum, which means the premeditation of evils. This practice involves mentally preparing for potential difficulties and challenges before they happen. When you prepare yourself for the possibility of failure, loss, or hardship, you are less likely to be surprised or fearful when challenges arise. If you fear losing a loved one, premeditatio malorum would involve reflecting on the fact that death is a natural part of life, and that everyone, including ourselves, will eventually pass away. This may seem uncomfortable at first, but by facing this reality, you become more resilient and better able to cope with the fear of loss. Building inner resilience is not about suppressing your emotions or ignoring fear, but about facing fear directly and becoming mentally strong enough to handle it. Fear can be a valuable teacher. Instead of seeing fear as something to avoid, the Stoics believed that fear could reveal important lessons about ourselves and our desires. Fear often points to areas of our lives where we are attached to things that are beyond our control, such as success, reputation, or material wealth. By examining your fears, you can learn more about your values and what is truly important to you. For example, if you fear failure, it may indicate that you are overly attached to the idea of success and need to develop a healthier relationship with failure. Stoicism teaches that failure is not something to be feared, but a natural part of learning and growth. They believe that by understanding our fears and learning from them, we can grow stronger and wiser. Fear, when used as a tool for self-reflection, can help us identify areas where we need to grow and develop. A powerful framework for killing fear and living a more courageous and peaceful life. By focusing on what we can control, reframing our thoughts about fear, embracing uncertainty, building inner resilience, and using fear as a teacher, we can reduce the hold that fear has on us. We learn that fear does not have to control our lives. By changing our mindset, we can overcome fear and live with greater confidence, purpose, and inner peace.